Hey everyone, George here, the Disney Family Man. What's going on? I am back today with another pretty interesting topic today. I thought that I would discuss a little bit about the Disney Cruise Line and possibly them starting up sailings again and what have you. I think this is a great topic to talk about, being that several news stories came out within days apart from one another that I think it's kind of interesting that I don't know if it was on March 17th or March 18th, but either the day that the stimulus checks were released to the public or the day after that Disney then announced the 2022 summer sailings for the cruise line. And I love how Disney just has this persistent goal to try to get the cruise line back up, because now that Disneyland is going to be reopening April 30th to a limited capacity and what have you, that Disney is now trying to get the cruise line back up. And I think this goes for all the cruise lines in the cruising industry. They're all sort of kind of in that same place right now where they don't know how about to go. They may have a generalized plan, um, but they're just trying to get everything set. So I commend Disney that no matter what, they're trying to push forward um, with getting these cruises out and giving their guests hope that we will be sailing out soon. And I find it kind of interesting because CEO Bob Chapek said that in the very beginning, when COVID first came around, and with the shutdown and the reopenings of everything, that he said that the cruise line is probably going to be the very last interval of things to open, and it looks like that's the way that it's going. Um, but I think it's kind of odd that even after Disney announces that, I believe Royal Caribbean mentioned that starting June 12th, they're going to start having their international cruises where all crew members must be vaccinated. Adults 18 or older must be vaccinated and must show proof. And then anyone under the age of 18 has to show um, proof of a negative testing, I think within 3 days prior to the cruise. And I think that's kind of interesting because now, is that going to be the normal standard for cruising for everybody? And is Disney going to follow with that? Because normally, when one cruise line does something to that nature, that the other cruise lines will then take a hint from and follow. It's not 100% guaranteed that that's what Disney's going to do, but it does make me ponder the question, is that exactly what they're going to do? I do have my opinions on that. Um, if Disney decides to do that, or even any cruise line for that matter, I think that's kind of a sticky situation, and I may get some heat and flack for this, but this is just my opinion. That whether you choose to get the vaccine or not, that is your decision, that is your preference. I get that. However, the cruise line industry is saying, hey, if you want to cruise with us and go to different territories around the world, you must be vaccinated. Again, I also understand that because I know a lot of time, like if you travel outside the country to, third world countries and everything, that you have to be vaccinated with certain types of, vaccines. Um, so I guess maybe in the new norm now, that's what it's going to be like for the cruise industry, which again, I completely understand. However, if you are going to open the cruise line industry during a time where not everyone has access to the vaccine, because right now it's to a certain degree of, you have to meet some requirements as part of like the phase one distribution of the vaccines. For instance, you have to be 65 or over to get the vaccine. You have to have an underlying health condition to get the vaccine. Now that they're starting for teachers and school staff to be part of that as well, so they can get the schools open. Excuse me. And so to then subject someone and deny them cruising, that if they want to go with their family, but they're in good health and, in good shape, but they're not eligible right now to get the vaccine, that they can't cruise. So it's basically they're stopping someone's vacation because it's, even though that they may want to get the vaccine to cruise, but it's not to the convenience that they can get it before prior of cruising. So that's a little bit of a sticky situation for me. I'm for sure that they'll hash that out and give more details about that, but that's a big question for me to ask the cruise industry and also for Disney if they decide to go that route. What if it's people that, can't get the vaccine right away? They want to, but they can't. And it's not because that they just say, hey, I want to be, I want it this way, but I still want to cruise. Well, unfortunately, these are the new policies. I get that, definitely. But if they want to get the vaccine to cruise, but they're not eligible, it's you're stopping someone from having a vacation to not the fault of their own. It's not their fault. So I am very curious about that. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. What's your ideas? What's your opinions on it? I love to hear from you guys. And so anyway, with the 2022 sailings, I find very interesting because also Bob Chapek mentioned that in 2022, he feels that the mask mandates, the social distancing will be gone as far as the Walt Disney Company is concerned. He didn't promise anything. He just personally feels that's what's going to happen. And I find that kind of interesting because they mentioned right now for cruising, for Disney anyway, that when the cruise line opens, which we don't know if it's going to be 2021, 2022, that it's going to be 7 nights or less. And the Canadian border is not open right now for, cruising from Vancouver to Alaska or Hawaii or what have you. I don't really know too many of those itineraries, but I think that's how it goes. But yet they have those cruises available, more so the Alaskan ones, in 2022. Nothing over 7 nights, but yet there is a 9-night Southern Caribbean on the Disney Fantasy in July of 2022. So they're already announcing cruises that as of right now aren't doable. So is that Disney's way of saying that in 2022 we have the high hopes that we're going to be up and running? And it also ponders the question, are there going to be cruises in 2021? I personally feel like Disney is trying to give us hope to say, hey, it's coming soon. But I really don't feel that Disney is rushing the cruise line to reopen because they really want to work out the kinks and the bugs and everything. And I think that they want to go and be ready and open full throttle. I don't think they want to do anything, pardon my French, half-assed. They don't want to, they want to go full in to say, if we're going to open this and people are going to pay full price, we got to let them get their money's worth. And that is something that Disney has always done with their cruise line industry, is that it is expensive up front, but you get your money's worth. And I appreciate that from Disney and their cruise line. So does that mean that Disney is going to wait and let 2021 run by, and then when 2022 comes around, that, more people will have the vaccines? And that's another thing too, and I think Disney is smart about that because of my questioning of, you can't deny someone a cruise vacation if they want to get the vaccine but they're not eligible. They want to wait enough time for people to get the vaccine, so that way that they can say, hey, you had a chance. I think Disney is stalling. And I think that's also why for their newest ship, the Disney Wish, they pushed it to summer 2022. Which, now going on to that notion, I find it interesting that the summer 2022 cruise packages came out, but no Disney Wish. Does that mean that Disney Wish got delayed again? I don't think so. Disney, I think, would have announced that when they released it. I think just because it's a new ship and it's going to have its inaugural cruise and its maiden voyage, I think that they're going to release that separate. It'll still be on the Disney Cruise Line website, but it'll definitely be a separate release date and time because I think everybody and their grandmother is going to go for the Disney Wish, which eventually I do want to experience that. As of right now, I kind of have my eye on the 2022 sailing that I mentioned just a few minutes ago of the Southern Caribbean cruise on the Disney Fantasy on July 21st because July 27th is my wedding anniversary. So I think a 9-night on the Disney cruise is, it's always great. I definitely highly recommend it. So again, tell me what you guys think. Comment down below your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas, what have you. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, do what you guys do best, and always remember, stay healthy, stay safe, stay Disney. Bye, everybody.